So stretching, you got to stretch. Stretching is one of the most important things you can do for your body. Helps with circulation. When muscles become short and tight, the best thing to do is stretch them out, and that helps them to release any of the tension that might be in there. When you think of tight muscle tissue, think of a wall or a barrier. Think of a barrier that's keeping you from your full range of motion. And your job is to be wanting to get in there and push those barriers out using your breath. Breath is the most important thing when it comes to stretching. If you're not breathing, you're not stretching. And really, when I say breathing, you want to fill those lungs with oxygen, deep belly breaths. That oxygen goes into the bloodstream and then it goes to where it's needed most. For example, our necks. Our necks are always notorious for holding tension. So let's say, you've been sitting at the computer monitor at work for 4 or 5 hours. You're starting to feel maybe a headache come on. Give yourself a couple minutes just to stop. Just straighten your back. Just move that head into a position that allows you to feel the tension that's running down that side of your shoulder. For me right now, I can feel that right from my ear, right to the top of my shoulder, into the top of my arm. And then I'm going to breathe. I'm going to fill those lungs with oxygen. And gradually, depending on how tense it is, you're going to feel that tension just melt away. It's guaranteed. So let's start with the neck. Here's the first stretch. You want to have your feet firmly on the ground. You want to have your hands on your thighs. You're just going to open up those shoulders. Pick a point visually in front of you. Hold that head straight. And then you're just going to let that head just fall. You're going to let that head drop. You're going to feel your chin to your chest. And you're just going to take this 20-30 seconds just to breathe. Feel that belly come out with an inhale, in with an exhale. Just breathe. And then after 20-30 seconds or so, you can slightly go from side to side with that head, back and forth. You're pushing out all those boundaries, all those walls that are keeping you from your full range of motion. And then after a couple minutes, you're going to clasp your hands. You're going to put them on the back of your head. Don't pull down. Just allow the weight of those arms to bring that head down even more, and breathe. And after 20-30 seconds, start to turn your head to the side, back and forth, slight rotation, back and forth, pushing out all those barriers. And then the third step is you're going to hold your arms in place, and while still maintaining the weight of those arms on the back of your head, you're going to turn your head looking at your elbows from side to side, back and forth, looking at those elbows. And after however many of these you choose to do, you're going to hold them in one position, still looking at your elbow, and you're gently just going to pull down. And breathe, and always make sure to do the other side. Then to counterbalance that forward motion with the head, you're going to loosen your jaw and just look up. Look up and go from side to side. And you can do a good jaw stretch here too. Open that mouth wide. Stretch that jaw, move that jaw back and forth. And there you go. Ideally, that whole series should take you a good 5 minutes. But if you can give yourself 2 minutes, that's better than nothing. Moving down arms and shoulders, your arm's going to come out straight. You're going to come under with that other arm. You're going to pull that in straight, and you're going to look the opposite direction. And what you can also do here, although you don't have to, it's up to you, you can apply a little bit of pressure to the side of that jawbone, just to extend that stretch into your neck. But here the priority is shoulder and arm. And obviously other side, pull that in, apply a little pressure, and breathe. Moving down, low back, lumbar. Your hand's going to go on your opposite leg, And this is where a high back chair is a good thing. Put your arm behind the chair and just pull and look behind you. And cracking is a good thing. Nothing beats a few good cracks in the morning. You know, as we sleep, our spine really gets a little wonky. So a great way to start the day is just a good spine twist, just to realign and reset that whole spine. What I usually do is I'll sit on the edge of the bed. I'll do 30 seconds. I'll just do a quick little spine twist and off I go, start the day. Now, hips, you want to bring your foot up on that opposite leg. You want to get that foot over as much as you can. You want to have that ankle over your thigh as much as you can. Now you're going to grab that ankle. You're going to pull up as high as you can go. Don't push it. And you're going to push down on that knee. Apply some pressure on that knee. This is a great hip stretch. And bear in mind with this stretch, if the foot is at the knee, you're stretching your knee and your side of your leg. If the foot is up at your hip, you're stretching your hip. So anywhere in that range is a good stretch. But definitely most folks have pretty tight hips from sitting for long periods of time. So you really want to get that foot as high up as you can go. And you can just put your forearm down on the top of that extended leg and just push down on that. And again, you just want to sit in that area of discomfort, not necessarily pain. It's just uncomfortable, and you're really going to start to see how the power of your breathing allows you to just release that tension.